Good morning. Appreciate y'all coming out here, and I appreciate the folks at Buc-ee's letting us use their parking lot for the distracted driving enforcement effort, which is first in the state of Texas. We've got going on here in Waller County with cooperation of law enforcement in Harris County and in Fort Bend County as well. Let me start out by stating my name. It's Warren DeProm, W-A-R-R-E-N. D-I-E-P-R-A-A-M, DeProm, like I'm going to DeProm. I'm the first assistant district attorney at the Waller County DA's office. Also speaking today will be Eric Scott, the mayor of the city of Brookshire. That's E-R-I-C-S-C-O-T-T. Chief Phil Rehak, P-H-I-L-R-E-H-A-K. He is the police chief for the city of Waller, where we are today. This is a cooperative law enforcement effort with multiple different agencies. So before we get started, I would like to let y'all know that we will be doing ride-alongs today. Y'all can ride in a marked unit or in an undercover unit to film any possible traffic enforcement efforts related to distracted driving. Just let me know after the press conference. We are going to see if any violators that are stopped, if they'd be willing to talk to y'all on camera. Just keep in mind that if you do ride along, one of the requirements is that you not publicize any license plates of the offenders or accused or their faces. Now, if you want to ask them for consent to film, I'm okay with that. Our investigators will be asking them for consent to film, and if they consent, we'll let you know. But otherwise, if you want to ride along, make sure that you blot out their faces or any identifying insignia like license plates. With that, we'll kind of just get started. I'd like to do question and answer towards the end. The mayor is going to be talking about the growth that we're experiencing in proactive law enforcement. The chief is going to be talking about some of the facts about texting and driving, and then I'll talk about the law because, like I said, this is something that's never been done before in Texas, and we're looking forward to getting out here and educating the public on the dangers of texting and driving. So with that, I'll bring up Eric Scott, the mayor of the city of Brookshire.
Welcome everybody to Waller County, and thank you very much for being here. This is a very important initiative for the people of Waller County and, in fact, the people of the state of Texas. It's about the safety and well-being of all of us. I would like to say that currently Waller County is a rural, high-quality place to live, and we're going to keep it that way. Right now, we're experiencing a lot of growth commercially, residentially, and we want to keep that quality of life, and this initiative is going to enable us to keep it safe for all the people. I wanted to state that this is an important initiative that's being taken upon by the District Attorney's Office, and we want to join them in this initiative and keep Waller County safe. As you may know, Waller County is about to be one of the fastest growing, if not the fastest growing county in the United States of America. And we're intent to work with the District Attorney's Office and all the surrounding cities to keep ours a high quality of life, one which is safe and a great place to raise your family and enjoy a quality life. Thank you very much for coming.
Of the Waller Police Department.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to Waller County, the city of Waller. A couple of things I wanted to point out to you that I found very interesting. I think you will also. In 2012, 3,328 people were killed in distracted-related crashes in America. And additionally, an estimated 421,000 were injured in motor vehicles involving distracted drivers. It only takes about 5 seconds to send a text, but that 5 seconds can change your life. I also wanted to point out that a test conducted by University of Utah showed that illegally intoxicated drivers had fewer crashes than distracted drivers. I think that's an important thing to point out. Times have changed. We have to change our enforcement and operations to inform the public of safety-related issues that 10 years ago did not exist. So I'm sure we're all guilty at some point in time of having text and drove, but we really need to make sure we don't do that in the future. There's more cars on the highway than ever, as you can see on 290. The volume of traffic makes the road itself just dangerous without any distractions by the driver.
All right. The Texting and Driving Initiative is something that we're doing here in Waller County to be proactive for our citizens, and we appreciate the folks, the law enforcement, participating, including the sheriff, the chief here from Waller PD, Brookshire, and all the other agencies in Harris County and Fort Bend that are helping us out. As a prosecutor with a quarter century of experience in Harris County, Montgomery County, and now Waller County, I can assure you that the numbers that you have are significantly underrepresentative of how much death and destruction texting and driving causes on our roadways. I've been to many fatalities in all three counties where texting played a role in the deaths of individuals. Police officers don't investigate and don't document these cases for misdemeanors and minor crashes. So we're just getting the tip of the iceberg when it comes to texting and driving. Now in Texas, we don't have a statewide ban on texting and driving. So we cannot stop people for texting and driving unless it's in a school zone or unless the person appears to be 18 or under when they're texting. So we wanted to be creative and work with our cooperative law enforcement to see if we could educate the public about the dangers of texting and driving. And we've come up with a way to solve the problem and get the message out there. We can't fight the disease of texting and driving because we don't have the statewide tool available to us, but we can go after the symptoms. And the symptoms of texting and driving are weaving, they're speeding, they're driving slow in the left lane, they're almost causing traffic crashes, and other sorts of behavior. We had our investigators here, one of our investigators, Walt Bauer over there with the white shirt and the blue tie on. He and the other investigator, Eli Rivera, were conducting traffic operations with our law enforcement, and they were stopping vehicles that they thought were drunk drivers, weaving all over the roadway, almost causing crashes. Turns out those folks were not drunk drivers, they were texting and driving, and that's what was causing the bad behavior. So Walt came up with the idea to start enforcing the traffic laws and came up with this undercover operation. So essentially what we're going to be doing in our three counties and in Waller County today is we're going to have undercover units looking for bad traffic violations, speeding, driving slow in the fast lane, weaving, all sorts of crash-causing incidents. And we're going to be driving up next to those vehicles in the undercover units and verifying whether or not they are texting. Once that's done, we'll have a marked unit stop the vehicle if they're close by. If not, the undercover units will stop the vehicle. They are fully operative police vehicles. We're going to educate the public. We have documents that we're going to be giving the public and let them know you were stopped because we saw you almost cause a crash. We believe that that happened because you were texting and you were distracted, and give them a warning. Now it's up to the police if they want to issue a citation or not, but this is not a ticket writing effort. This is a public education effort. We want to educate the public because educating the public is how we can make a difference on our roadways and save lives, and that's what this whole effort is all about, is saving lives. So that's the enforcement effort that we have today. This is the first time it's being done in Texas. There have been initiatives when it comes to texting and driving in school zones, but this is the first one to focus on texting and driving specifically as a violation because we can get them for the violations that they commit while they're texting and driving. So that's it as far as my statement. If there are any questions, the chief or I or the mayor would be happy to answer any questions at this time.
Is there any legislation in the works in Austin to address this? And if so, is there, I guess, a lobbying body that you guys can turn to get the law in the state?
There is a bill in front of the governor shortly that should be signed, in my opinion, to address this problem. I testified in Austin in the House committee in reference to the texting and driving ban that the state is considering. It made it out of committee with flying colors. The Senate is going to approve it, and it's going to be on the governor's desk. We hope that the governor will sign it because education and laws save lives. Every state that has passed a statewide texting and driving ban has seen a reduction in traffic fatalities. And if those 5, 10, 50, or 100 lives saved are because of the bill, to me that's worth it, because these are innocent people that are being killed on our roadways as a result of negligent texting and driving.
Is this just Waller County, or are you also doing it in Harrison-Fort Bend?
We're doing it in Harris County and in Fort Bend County. The two lead agencies with this effort, in Harris County, it's Harris County Constable Alan Rosen of Precinct 1, and in Fort Bend County, it's Fort Bend County Constable Trevor Nels of Precinct 4. So it is a multi-jurisdictional effort, and the reason we're doing it is because it's the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's, or NHTSA's, Distracted Driving Awareness Month, and we wanted to do something to show the attention or to bring attention to distracted driving in our jurisdictions. We do anticipate that other law enforcement agencies will participate. DPS wants to participate, Houston Police Department wants to participate, and the Harris County Sheriff's Office wants to participate. So it is a multi-jurisdictional effort, and we do hope that it'll continue to grow throughout the month of April. We do intend to enforce this program or continue this program throughout the month of April.
Chief,
What kind of time frame are we talking about? Public awareness and education, then straight to enforcement, where you're no longer just running people, but then you're giving out tickets? Or is it up to the officer?
The program is an education effort which will take place during the month of April. The ticket writing, that's up to the individual police officers and their agencies. Anybody could be ticketed at any time, and we think this program will be a success. We believe that law enforcement in this part of Texas will adopt it and expand it across the state.
Chief, what kind of conversation have you had with your officers about how they're going to enforce this?
Well, to reiterate, we're not enforcing texting while driving. We're enforcing violation of traffic laws that you commit while you're texting while driving. And I've left it up to my officer's discretion as to whether or not they should issue a warning citation or a citation for these violations. It would depend on what the citation is for. Different cities, different justices of the peace have different rates for traffic enforcement.
These would be distracted driving, careless or reckless driving as well?
Could be. Most of the time what we see is failure to drive in a single marked lane, impeding traffic. I've seen people slow down excessively slow while they're texting and driving and causing traffic issues. I've seen, we've gotten reports out here on 290 of people running people off the road, switching lanes, once again, failure to drive in a single marked lane.
So how many different existing laws are there when you say it would apply to this? A half dozen, a dozen?
I would say that's a half a dozen to a dozen, yeah, I don't know.
Mayor, in the city, you guys prepared with your clerks to handle the inundation of various tickets now and an increase, because you're looking at a lot of misdemeanors that could be used to get to a bigger problem. And so are you guys and your staff ready for this in your city?
We certainly are. I have a lot of confidence in our court department and our judge, and in fact in all the administrative staff. We've looked forward to this growth for quite a while now, and we've prepared ourselves, actively prepared ourselves for the growth, and this is part of what we prepared for, and we are ready. And it's good that I would like to say this is good that this conversation is starting, because the awareness is very important to the youth and to the younger generation who use the technology like they do. Okay?
The average cost of a ticket around the state is about $200 plus court costs. So that text could cost you about $250 if you get stopped, and that's just for one violation. People who are texting and driving typically commit multiple violations. If you cause a crash while texting and driving, and we can prove it in court, you could be arrested and you could face jail time of up to 30 days and a fine of up to $500.
How easy is it to prove? A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to erase my text and let it find
It's very difficult to prove that a person was actually texting and driving. We're not going to be taking people's phones and downloading their phones to see if they were texting. That's why we have the undercover police officers, so that they can look into the vehicles and determine whether or not the person was on their phone pushing the buttons. That's the way we do it. We also, the police officers will be asking the people, we saw you texting, why were you texting, whom were you texting? That's an admission. When a person admits they were texting and driving, that makes it easier for us in court to prove the case, and that's how we can make these cases. All right, I appreciate it, guys. If anybody wants to do a ride.
Okay, so first of all, your name?
My name is Lofton Harrison,
And you're with
Harris County Precinct 1.
Now, y'all do a lot of patrolling in the toll road.
Yeah, we do a lot of patrol on the toll road. And what's important there is there's a lot of traffic going, and of course, you have people getting on and getting off, driving at some high speeds, and we're doing a lot of traffic control there. But one of the things that we do a lot is work accidents, and a lot of these accidents are caused by distracted drivers. So it's important for us to get the message out to these distracted drivers to not text, to not talk on the phone, if at all possible, to prevent these accidents.
Are you seeing any injury anywhere in particular on the toll road? I mean, I'm seeing a lot of what I feel is probably texting that is right when you get up to the toll booth, where those lanes jog a little bit, get everyone jumping in other lanes, just going straight.
Of course, the job of the toll road is to keep traffic moving. That's one of the things the reason that the toll road was created. And so it's really important that when they get to those toll booths, they get close to proximity to the toll booth. But we're seeing there's a lot of accidents happening because people's not controlling their speed. Speed is a big issue, and when you're not paying attention to what you're doing, you're more likely to have an accident due to speed.
All right. And your name one more time?
My name is Lofton Harrison, Chief Deputy, Harris County Precinct 1.